Hello everyone and welcome back to some Cinderella phenomenon. So I thought I would go ahead and show this screen, mainly because it shows all the other guys' route that I have done. And yeah, there's just one left in the middle for our lovely Waltz. And this is actually my second go of recording this, so there was a weird black line that kept going across my screen, so I don't really know what is up with that. Hopefully it won't happen again. I don't think it showed up in recording, but I didn't want to risk it, so we'll see. But if he is still alive, it means that he must still play an important role in our plans. Fritz's expression quickly morphs into something grim as he frowns down at the ground. You're right. Waltz and I, yeah, there's a black line again, I don't know what it is. Waltz and I exchange a look before we turn back to Fritz. Mithras plans to kill my father today. Fritz's eyes are distant, his mouth pulled into a tight grimace. All I can do is stare at him, uncertain of what he has just told me. Hilda will show herself to the public today. She and Mithras plan to kill my father in front of an audience and hope their fear and despair will fuel the Tenebraeum. Sorry, the black line was across the text box. I don't know, I think it's just the game, honestly, because, like, it's never done this before except for this route. So, weird. They think that fueling the Tenebraeum might make Hilda stronger. They plan to use the fear of the public to achieve their own ends. This is not good. Even with this many people here, the Tenebraeum might indeed see the surge of power again. Even a weakened Hilda will be difficult to fight, but we stand more of a chance against her now than we do if she fuels the Tenebraeum with negativity. Please, save the kingdom, princess. Fritz looks at me imploringly. I shake my head slowly. I'm confused. You betrayed us, but then you're still helping us as well. Which side are you on? The only reason why I was working with them in the first place is because of my curse. I swear it. Fritz tries to stand up, but his knees wobble and suddenly he is down on the ground again, his hand clutching at his chest. Fritz? No, not yet. Fritz looks at me, his pale face covered in sweat. I have no idea how long I can suffocate Varg, so please, bind me. Freeze me, do whatever you can to keep me from chasing after you. I don't want to hurt anyone anymore. Fritz kneels over, his forehead touching the ground. Please. Waltz. I know. Waltz snaps his fingers and a rope of light appears around Fritz's wrist, pulling him down to the ground. And a black text box is, there we go. I furrow my eyebrows at Fritz, even as he cocks his head to look at me. Thank you. You don't have much time left. I plan to deliver my message to the Lucius Barrier, but I'll leave it in your capable hands instead. Fritz, I am so sorry. I will do anything to protect my charge. Now go. Jurian nods at me. Don't worry, Garland and I will keep an eye on him. Garland quickly informs us of the knights' positions around the plaza and gives us clues about where he might hide to avoid their prying eyes. After he has finished his briefing, Waltz, Carm, and I hurry off. Father, please watch over us today. Oh god, that's depressing. There are so many people here. They have no idea that the seemingly harmless speech will be the start of their nightmares. I have been fiddling with my fingers since we got here, my nerves slowly taking over me. There are so many knights. I pull down the hood of my cloak to make sure that my face is concealed from them. Waltz suddenly reaches out to take my hand. He raises it to his lips. Aww, cute. Waltz looks at me with a gentle smile. Don't worry, I won't let anything happen to you. I'm not worried about myself. I'm more worried about the people's safety, as well as our friends. I will not forgive myself if something bad happens to them. You're not the only one responsible for protecting everyone here. Remember that I will always share your burden, Jessie. I know. So cute. I look up at him and smile. Thank you. I've told you so many times that I would do anything for you, Jessie. I feel the same way. Waltz wraps his arms around my waist and draws me closer to him. Waltz? Waltz takes my hand and plants a kiss on my fingers. You worry too much, princess. How I wish I could share your optimism. I don't know why that black text box is there. And his casualness. How does he manage to act like this in front of so many people and at such a dire of time? The king is here! A woman announces the king's presence, and Waltz and I immediately turn our attention to the stage. He takes a step away from me, arms at his side, expression suddenly stoic. Alcester walks to the center of the platform with a triumphant smile. Good day, my loyal subjects. Everyone goes silent at the sound of his voice. I know that much has happened in our kingdom since the late King Jarnario passed away. We are still exerting our efforts to find the king's murderer, his very own daughter. Rest assured that justice shall find this criminal, even if she is our own princess. Anyone who is able to surrender her to the palace will be rewarded handsomely. Members of the crowd begin to chatter among each other. It hurts that people believe him, but I cannot say that I blame them. As your king, I will do everything in my power to make sure the kingdom flourishes under my rule. My, what a sight. Even after all these years, whoops. My, what a sight. Even after all these years, you humans never change. That voice. I frantically look around for her, but though her voice echoes around us, she is nowhere to be seen. Where is she hiding? The crowd grows restless at the sound of her voice. Many try to search for her with their eyes. You lot are nothing but manipulative, lying rodents, and yet you call us witches of wicked ones. A bright light fades into existence right behind Alcester. A silhouette emerges from the light, and suddenly I can see her in all of her wicked glory. My mother, the witch who killed my father. Mithra stands beside her. She is here. Her sudden appearance causes the already restless crowd to break into a panic. Silence! One word from her and the crowd falls into silence. Not a single person dares to move, their eyes now glued to the witch in front of them. Alcester acts more quickly than I expected, drawing his sword from his sheath and pointing it at her neck. You, what are you doing here? You should be thankful that I let you play king for so long, but I'm afraid playtime is over. The crown belongs to me. Mother faces the crowd with a smile, spreads her arms in a gesture of grandness. Angielle, your queen is back. Mother is even paler than when I last saw her, making the dark circles stand out even more beneath her eyes. She looks worse than Parfait. I won't let you steal my crown, witch. Oh, but I was not the one who stole it in the first place. Alcester grits his teeth and charges towards Mother. Mithros deftly steps in front of her and casts a shield. Alcester slams his sword into an invisible wall. Then, with a wave of Mithros' hand, Alcester is suddenly thrown back. Once again, the crowd becomes restless. I've tolerated you for far too long, human. But right now, you're inconsequential. Sparkling icicles appear in midair as Mother raises her hands. They point outwards, casting themselves in the direction of the townspeople. She used a spell before, but now there are even more of them. She looks weak, yet she can still manage this much. She can easily destroy this part of town with that spell. I stare at Waltz, eyes wide, then lower my voice into a panic whisper. I thought she was planning to kill Alcester. Seems like the plans have changed. Farewell, my disloyal subjects. I cannot let her do this. Jessie! I ignore Waltz and quickly run to the center of the crowd, knowing this will be the most effective place to set up a barrier. A strong gust of wind causes my hood to come off. Oh my god, we're so pretty! Aww! Look at us go! Oh my god, I'm so proud of us right now. I stretch out my arms as I concentrate on casting a shield around the entirety of the crowd. Isn't that the princess? Which? I do my best to shut out everyone's voices as I push all my energy towards the palm of my hands, imagining an impenetrable glass arching in front of us. Ooh! As soon as I cast a massive shield, the icicles shatter upon impact, falling away. I wince at the impact, but force myself to stand steady even when I am pushed back. I will not let you hurt anyone anymore, Mother. The crowd begins to murmur all around us. Ah, so you finally showed up, little one. It's good to see you again, my dear daughter. I knew I'd see some sort of reaction if I opened my speech like this. She did this to draw me out. Now, be a good girl and hand over what is rightfully mine. You won't get away with this, witch. Alcester is once again back on his feet, his sword poised and ready to strike. He cannot defeat Mother with a mere sword. Mother looks at Alcester. A wide grin parts her lips. But I already have. Mother flicks her hand and a silver light begins to gather in her palms. I recognize that spell. As much as I hate Alcester for what he's done to this kingdom, I cannot just stand idly by as she summons a spell to kill him. I push myself forward, rushing towards Alcester. Alcester, run! But I am too late. A second later, a sword of light appears and impales Alcester right through the chest. Oof. No! This time the crowd finally begins to disperse. People begin to push past each other, screaming and crying. Most of them are almost at the edge of the plaza before Mother casts another spell, creating a barrier to lock everyone inside. A strange wave of energy pulsates through my body, making me stumble. This is... That's right. Feed me your fear. The people's negative energy is fueling the tenebraeum. My eyes shift towards Mother, whose grin is deranged and humanly wide. A shiver runs down my spine. Mother, stop this madness. In my moment of hesitation, Waltz rushes forward to cast a spell. Purple spikes run towards Mother, but she does nothing to stop them. Mithros effortlessly stands in front of her, casting a shield. The force of Waltz's spell sends him stumbling backwards. I hear his shield crack. Mithros tries to keep it up, but ends up succumbing to the force of Waltz's spell. Eventually, the glass shatters, and spikes force their way through. One of them impales Mithros through the chest. Oof. Bye, Mithros. Ugh. Mother glances at Waltz, her lips pulled into a pleased smile. Impressive. You can still use your magic, even after having been separated from it for so long. I expected no less from my superior apprentice. Mother towards Mithros and raises her eyebrows slowly. You are still a disappointment, Meath. My queen. These are the last words he can manage before he stops speaking. Father! Fritz's voice echoes through the sudden silent plaza. He rushes towards Alcester, who has managed to walk a good distance away from Mother before he collapses to the ground. Soon Fritz is kneeling right beside Alcester's bloody body. Jurian and Garland are right behind him. I'm about to walk over to them, but Karma holds my arms and pulls me back. Don't. But you don't want to set your eyes on such a grisly sight up close, Princess. Mother watches Fritz and the two knights approach with disinterest. This is her fate for trying to steal what is rightfully mine. His fate. Alcester brings his hand to his mouth and cough. I can see blood on his hands. Father's last moments flash through my head, but I will the memory away as Mother turns her gaze on me. Mother surveys me with a warm smile. She holds out her hand and beckons me over. Join me, Jessie. We were meant to rule this kingdom hand in hand from the start. These humans, do not deserve your protection. They deserve to suffer after everything they've done to our kind. I shake my head. I'd rather die than join you. What? Ungrateful brat. This is how you repay everything I've done for you? You have done nothing for me. Very well. If you wish your death, I shall give it to you. Once I am done with you, I will destroy this kingdom and start anew. It will be a kingdom for the witches and I. I will not let you do that. Mother is taken by surprise when another purple spike suddenly pushes through the ground towards her. She steps back, avoiding the brunt of the attack, but her arm is still grazed. Blood oozes from the newly opened gash. Go, Waltz. Waltz! You'll have to get through me first. You cannot stop me, traitor. Mother extends her hands, and in mere moments lightning has suddenly appeared and is winding its way up towards Waltz's body. No! We're gonna run towards Waltz. Yeah. I rush towards him. Let him go! Jessie, no, it's not safe! Mother, please don't hurt him! Mother looks at me and then to Waltz. Her lips slowly curls into a wicked grin. So this is what your relationship has become. My heart is in my throat as I draw closer to where they are. Let him go. I will do anything, just let him go. Anything? Mother's voice is terrible and sweet, her tone filled with poison. I cannot bring myself to look at her. Instead, I keep my eyes firmly focused on Waltz. When Waltz speaks my name, it is the soft voice that I have come to love so dearly. Jessie. If you wish so much to save him, then you must return what you have taken from me, the crystallarium tenebraeum. And then you will become my sweet, obedient daughter once more. Only then will I let Waltz go. Waltz's eyes begin to dim, and I can see the hope draining out of him. I'm so sorry, Waltz, but I cannot lose you too. You know where to find me, Jessie. The longer you keep me waiting, the longer he suffers. There is a blinding flash of light, and the mother and Waltz are both gone. No! A dull ache begins to spread through my chest. Again. Again, I wasn't able to do anything. Why am I so weak? Suddenly, I feel Jurian's hand on my shoulder, and I turn to look at her. She stares at me solemnly for a few minutes before her expression breaks and she shakes her head. Don't blame yourself for this. There's nothing you could have done. I have to save him. Jurian looks through me and I follow her gaze. The people are starting to back away, their expressions a mixture of fear and anger. This is exactly like 4 years ago. What should we do now that witch just killed the new king? Everyone, it is best for you all to go home and stay there where you'll be safe. And what, wait till the witch kills us? One woman points an accusing finger at me, her face palpable. The murderer is a witch as well. She's exactly like her mother. A wicked witch. The people begin to curse me. I stand quietly and listen to their insults. I cannot blame them for thinking this way. Karma moves to stand beside Jurian, and the two of them shield me from the angry masses. I doubt any of these people will listen to anything I have to say. Stop! A familiar man walks towards us with a gentle smile. You are... Yes, you remember me. You helped make my daughter happy on her special day with your gift. I'm surprised when both he and his wife come to stand beside me. What are you doing? I can finally properly repay you for what you've done. The man smiles at me before turning his attention to the crowd. We won't let you hurt the princess. Rumors may have spread about her being a cold, wicked person, but these rumors are false. I know the truth. She's a truly kind person. Oh my god, I just can't believe that he's helping. Like, oh. She just protected us from the evil queen. Have you no shame? The angry shouts begin to fade into hushed accusations and aggressive whispering. That's right. We won't let you hurt Big Sister. These are the children that Waltz and I played with. The ones that watched his shows. The children stand to my other side. Big Sister is a very good person, and we won't let you hurt her. I can only stare in shock at everyone around me. My vision blurs as tears come to my eyes. I quickly wipe them away with the back of my hand. Everyone. A simple act of kindness can go a long way, can't it? These people believe in me. That is why I have to live up to their hopes. I take a deep breath and start walking forward. Jurian grabs my hand, her brow creasing with worry, but I shake my head at her and smile. I will be okay. Jurian looks at me for a few moments before she finally releases me. Now that I am directly in front of everyone, the area has quieted. I close my eyes and take another deep breath. Slowly, I get down on one knee before them. I am sorry. The crowd begins to murmur again. I can hear more than a few stifled gasps. Princess, you shouldn't... I raise my hand to silence Jurian. I once again look towards the townspeople. I know that my words are meaningless, but I still want to apologize for everything my mother has done, and also the people that I have hurt. I was blind and naive, ignoring the fear and anxiety of so many people. But I have grown since then, and I now see with clear eyes the hatred you have for my mother, and for me. The crowd remains silent, so I continue. King Gennari was killed by my mother, and I was not strong enough to save him. So yes, you are correct. I am the reason he is dead now, but I made a promise to him and I intend to keep it. I will protect Angiel in his stead, and I hope that all of you will give me a chance to prove myself worthy as your princess and as your future queen. God, I wish I didn't mess that up. I promise I will make things right again, no matter what it takes. I bow my head once again before standing. I then turn to Jurian and Karma. I notice that Fritz and Garland are absent, and that Alcester is nowhere to be seen. Where are Garland and Fritz? They took Alcester's body away from all of this. Body, you mean? He has passed. A heaviness begins to sink in my chest. Bloodshed will only beget more bloodshed. This is why I cannot let anyone die anymore. Please, do your best, Big Sister. I'm pulled out of my Revere by the voice of one of the little boys. Let's play together again when you come back. I stare at their smiling faces with bleary eyes. I do not even know if I will live through this, but I don't have the heart to ruin their optimism. I like that. I need them to keep hoping for a better tomorrow, so they'll be strong enough to stand on their own feet. They must face the whole world. Jurian, tell Delore and Parfait what happened when they come back to the Marchen. What are you planning to do? Under no circumstances are you to go to that witch alone. Am I clear? Waltz would not want you to sacrifice yourself for him. I step back and smile at her and Karma. I apologize for this. I back away towards the palace, putting as much distance as I can between me and the crowd, the platform, Karma, and Jurian. Then, as swiftly as I can, I hold out my hand to cast a large dome-shaped shield around the palace and I. The energy is falling away from me, even as I cast a spell, only to be replaced by new energy. The Tenebraeum is gaining power. No! Jurian rushes towards the shield and places her hand on it. She calls my name, but I only shake my head at her. Princess Jessie, do not be so foolish. No, I refuse to let anyone die. I can manage this shield for an hour. That should be enough time to save Waltz and Innes for good. I offer one last smile before I turn and rush towards the palace gates. Jurian and Karma continue to call my name, but to no avail. I'm sorry, everyone, but this is something I must do on my own. This is the only way I can protect you all. Whew. I expected resistance when I entered the palace, but to my surprise, there is no one here, not a single soul. Everyone must have evacuated when Mother appeared outside. The stagnant air around me is suffocating. The night air is quiet and cold as death. My footsteps are very loud in the emptiness of the palace. If I give my powers to her voluntarily, will I die? This thought has haunted me since I first entered the palace. All too soon the doors to the throne room are before me. I pause in front of them, suddenly feeling anxious. There must be something else I can do besides submit to Mother. I need to find a way to protect Waltz and save Angielle from her. I clasp my hands together in a silent prayer. Father, please guide me. I take a deep breath and with a renewed determination push open the doors. Chapter 10, The Brightest Star. Oh god, okay, I need a quick drink of water before we continue. Whew. God, I swear guys, I also gotta not sit cross-legged because my freaking legs are falling asleep. Reading for as long as I am has literally destroyed my throat. But it's still worth it. Ooh, let's finish this. When I enter the room, Mother is the first person I see. She is sitting so regally on a throne, but as I draw closer, I notice how pale she's become since I last saw her. My gaze shifts towards Waltz, who is kneeling beside her like a loyal servant, a rope of light binding him in place. Waltz! Jessie, you shouldn't have come here. Mother flicks her wrist, tightening Waltz's bound. Hush now. My mind is racing as I desperately try to conjure a plan. If Waltz has yet to escape, it must be because his bindings are stopping him from using magic. If I can just break Mother's concentration, perhaps I can free him, but how do I do that? A terrible pain travels through my chest. It makes my heart throb. I put a hand on my chest and grimace. It feels as if some part of me has suddenly become severed. This feeling, could it be that the shield I built around the palace has been destroyed? Oh, it seems like we have visitors. Visitors? Yes, the door flies open and Parfait suddenly walks in, face stern. Delore strides in beside her. Why are you here? Everyone outside. Is safe. Garland and Jurian and Karma are doing their best to evacuate them to their homes. They will be safer there. And then there's you. You did a very foolish thing striding in here on your own. How sad. I had expected there'd be more reinforcement, but it's just you two. We don't need an army to stop you, Hilder. Mother's lips curl into a tight frown. Bold words. But might I remind you that I am the one with the hostage. If I see any of you move a finger, I will end this boy's life. Mother turns towards me again and snickers. I am pretty sure my daughter here wouldn't like that. Would you, love? My eyes meet Waltz's. He shakes his head at me, eyes gleaming with insistence. No doubt he'd want me to put myself over him, but I came here to save him. No matter how much I try to think of myself out of this, it seems impossible. In the end, I am still weak. I I'm still useless. Now, where were we? Jessie, don't do what she says. The rest of Dolores' words become muffled when Mother flicks her wrist and causes a glass wall to rise between us. Hildur! Dolores' voice sounds as if it's echoing from far away. Quiet. Quiet. Parfait holds up her hand and magic begins to sparkle at her fingertips. Before she can form any sort of spell, Mother twirls her fingers and tightens Waltz's magic bindings. Waltz cries out in pain as he collapses to the floor. Waltz! Hildur, please, stop this! Parfait approaches the glass wall and places a palm to the top of it. Are you not growing tired of this, Hildur? The humans have already suffered so much for what they have done in the past. Is that still not enough? Humans are fickle creatures, and that's why they cannot be trusted. Nothing can ever change how I perceive them anymore, Faye. There is a shadow of sadness on Mother's face, but it is only momentarily. I cherished the humans, even respected them, yet they destroyed my kind out of fear for some silly story. If it had not been for that human bard, it would have never come to this. Hans has already paid dearly for his mistakes when a witch murdered him. But you know just as well as I do that he is trying to mend his mistakes. Mother stomps her feet on the floor with a scowl. His death has changed nothing. Hildur. Silence, Faye. You never understand the feelings of being feared and hated. Mother turns towards me again, her eyes cold. Now, are you ready to return what is rightfully mine, Jessie? I look at Parfait and Deloria, and then Waltz. I cannot give my powers back to Mother, not when I know what she will do once she is the Tenebraean barrier again. But I cannot let her kill Waltz either. If these fools here had not changed you, I would have had no qualms about letting you remain the Tenebraean barrier. I raised you to be the perfect queen. All that I did to prepare you for the crown. Mother knows best. Mother, that's it. If I can pretend that I am on her side, then maybe I can buy enough time to save Waltz. Maybe Parfait will come up with an idea. I glance at Waltz. My heart aches when our gazes meet again. Forgive me, Waltz, but this is the only plan I have right now. I take a deep breath as I face Mother once again. You're right. I should have listened to you. Sorry about that, guys. I had to cough really bad. You're right. I should have listened to you. I want to go back to the way we were, Mother. What are you doing? Jessie! I ignore Waltz and Dolores' voices and focus only on Mother. You have always been right, Mother. I remember the disdain looks that the people gave me earlier. Even after I saved everyone, they still wish I would die. I was so scared. Yes, now you see, I only wanted to protect you from all those cruel humans, my daughter. You kept me away from everyone. I was alone. I'm sorry, Mother. I am really sorry. I'm sorry, but you need to go back to sleep forever. Only then do I realize that I am crying, not because I need her forgiveness, but because there is no helping her. The only way to help my mother is to make her disappear. She cannot be saved anymore. I just wanted to be loved and accepted. Mother stands up from the throne and slowly walks towards me, her arms spread. And in my arms you always will be. Jessie, the Marchant accepted you for who you are. No. You were all forced to accept me because you knew what would happen if I stayed the way I was. You were afraid that I would end up like Mother. Jessie, you were right. I am like Mother. We are related by blood after all. You're right, Jessie. You're sweet and perfect and wonderful, obedient as any. Hello, everyone. So, sorry about that. My voice completely just gave out last night. So, I'm back today, starting a new day. Same day it's going up, ironically. So, I thought I would just go ahead and try and finish it off here. But, okay. You're right, Jessie. You're sweet and perfect and wonderfully obedient, as any daughter ought to be. I was blinded by the merchant's lies once, but now I realize that no one loves me as much as you do, Mother. Jessie. The pain in Waltz's voice is unbearable, but I do not look at him. I do not flinch away when Mother stops in front of me and wraps her arms around me. Gone is the warmth I thought I felt whenever she hugged me. Right now, Mother's embrace is cold as ice. Will you still accept me, Mother? Of course, Jessie. When Mother pulls back, the smile on her face is bright and beautiful. This is how I remember her, filled with love for me. I knew you would return to me. There are so many things I have planned for the two of us, but you need to prove yourself worthy of my love and trust once more. What? Mother's eyes gleam. Prove to me that you chose me, darling. Mother turns around and gestures towards Waltz. Kill the traitor. My heart sinks. This wasn't part of the plan. What should I do now? I know that one offensive spell, but I don't want to hurt Waltz. But you haven't protected it yet. What you do is enough to hurt and paralyze your enemy for a short amount of time. I can pretend to cast it on Waltz and direct it at Mother. Waltz told me before that it's impossible to cast 2 shields at the same time. Mother already has 1 shield up, so she cannot cast another shield on herself unless she dispels it first. But with the two of us being so close, I'm likely to hurt myself as well. I close my eyes, mind set. This is not the time to worry about myself. I just have to hope this opening is big enough to give everyone an opportunity that they need. For you, Mother, I will do anything. I extend my hand and allow the energy to gather in my fingertips. Impressive that you were able to learn this deadly and painful magic in such a short amount of time. The spell will be befitting end for a traitor. Jessie, don't. Parfait attempts to break down the glass wall separating us with a spell, but it only cracks the surface. By the time you destroy that wall, it'll be too late, Faye. You can't do this to Jessie. Delore has now joined Parfait in trying to destroy the wall that Mother has built. I ignore them and focus back on my spell until I feel the familiar current of energy pulsate in my arms. It is ready. Now say goodbye to that traitor. Goodbye. I hold out my hand to Mother just as I release the energy. Mother. I do not give Mother any time to react. The electricity cackles in the air just as the spell makes contact with her body. Because we are so close to each other, I too feel the impact of the electricity as it trickles through me. I collapse on the ground, tears in my eyes. It hurts so much. Jessie! How could you do this, Jessie? I blink away my tears to see Mother laying on the floor opposite of me, her face filled with rage as she looks at me. Out of the corner of my eyes, I notice that the glass wall has disappeared, and Waltz is already on his way towards me. The bindings made of light are gone. Waltz lifts me up and then moves to one of the corners of the room. The sensation of pain spreading throughout my body is like being pricked with hundreds of needles. Waltz tucks my hair back, his features creased with worry. Parfait walks where Mother is and casts a binding spell around her, while Delore rushes to my side. That was a dangerous stunt you pulled, Jessie. It was the only thing I could think of. I blink away tears as I feel another fit of pain. This is all I can manage. Jessie, hang in there. I look at Parfait with pleading eyes. Parfait, please end this. Please save Mother from herself. Parfait slowly stands and walks towards Mother. I was the only one who truly loved you, Jessie, yet you did this to me. Do you really think those fools care about you as much as I do? No, you were wrong. I had people who loved me, but you took them away from me. I refuse to let you steal away any more of them. Parfait stretches out her hand. Her whole body begins to emit a soft glow. I wish it didn't have to end this way, Hilda. You're making a big mistake protecting the humans who destroyed my kind, Faye. You are no different than those humans, Hilda. Violence does not beget more violence. I can feel the tears on my cheek as I look at Mother's still form. Jessie, you don't have to see this, but Waltz puts a hand over my eyes, blinding me. You've already seen enough darkness. I can feel an explosion of energy around me. A chilling current runs through the air, carrying Mother's scream to my ears. A soft energy begins to flow through my body. Mother's power from the Tenebraeum. Mother is gone. When Waltz draws his hand away, I'm able to glance at where Mother was just moments ago. There is nothing but specks of silver dust. Parfait stands over the ashes, crying. I am so sorry. Another shockwave of pain courses through my body. This time, I feel it attack my consciousness. I feel myself fading away. Jessie! Let me sleep just for a while. One day you'll become a queen, my love. Just like Mother? Yes, just like me. Will you be there when I become queen? Of course, I will always be by your side. Forever? Forever. I love you, Mother. Aww. I love you too, Jessie. God, that's depressing. Ugh. Whew. When I open my eyes, the first thing I see is Waltz. He's leaning over me, anxiety clearly etched onto his face. Waltz? Thank goodness you're finally awake. I slowly inspect my surroundings, only to realize that I'm back at my old room at the March-In. I try to remember how I got here, but the memories are hazy. What happened? You passed out and have been sleeping for 3 days. 3 days? I push myself up on the bed and wince. My body is unusually heavy. Waltz places his hand on my shoulder and gently eases me back onto the pillows. You're still weak. You need to rest more. I close my eyes and try to remember what happened. That's right. I was trying to save Waltz from Mother. Parfait and Delora came to save us, and then it is over. I open my eyes and stare at Waltz. Right? Waltz reaches for my hand, smiling as he gently squeezes it. Yes. My vision blurs as tears begin to sting my eyes. I hope that Mother is in a better place now, a place where she doesn't have to suffer anymore. Waltz leans over and kisses my forehead. I'm sure she is. Waltz begins to fill me in on the details of everything that transpired while I passed out. Alcester was officially declared dead. At first there was a commotion of the people, considered what Mother would do now that she wore the crown. Their worries only stopped when they found out that Mother was truly gone. Fritz was locked up on account of being a possible danger to everyone. Everyone has been waiting for a verdict for me to decide what to do with him. I fall asleep not long after Waltz's explanation. When I open my eyes again, I am alone in my room. I shiver as I sit up, head foggy. I rub my hands over my arms in an attempt to will away some of the cold. Something feels off. I slowly step out of bed and begin to head to the door, but before I even lay my hand on the knob, the door opens on its own. Oh, you're finally awake. Parfait. I don't think you should be up and about right now. You should still be resting. Parfait leads me back to the bed. How are you feeling? I look at Parfait's face and realize how paper white her skin has become. The circles under her eyes are even more darker than they were before. Tired, but I will be fine. But you do not look well. I will be fine. I wanted to talk to you today if you're feeling up to listening. What is this about? I wanted to apologize for forcing you to shoulder the heavy burden caused by our mistakes, both Hilder's and mine. Back then, I did not have the heart to stop Hilder. If only I had defeated her then, none of this would have happened. Parfait reaches out and cups my face in her hands. Your dedication and kindness saved us all, Jessie. The future will be brighter with you as a Tenebraeum's bearer. But what if I become corrupted by darkness? What if... Parfait places a finger on my lips and smiles. No, you are different, Jessie. Unlike Hilder, you are surrounded by people who love you. Those people are filled with light that will drive away whatever darkness invades your heart. That's why I know you'll be alright. Parfait smiles at me gently. It is a beautiful, shining smile, one that glows even brighter as I begin to notice the rest of Parfait's body is fading. Parfait, your body is... Parfait's smile becomes melancholy. I thought it would start to disappear soon. My heart aches as I hold tight to Parfait's arm with shaking hands. What are you saying? Fairies and witches do not age physically and live longer, but... Do not... what? Oh, but that does not mean that we are perfectly immortal. The body can only take so much damage before it finally withers away. But you can't disappear. You said you had no heir. Because that's what I wanted everyone to believe. Don't worry, Jessie. When I am gone, one of my relatives will take over the responsibilities of the bearer. Tears well up in my eyes as I stare at Parfait. I have already lost too many people, Parfait. I can't lose you too. We're going to work together to bring back the balance between the crystals. You still have so much to teach me. I'm sorry, Jessie. I would have loved to stay with you a bit longer, but my time here is up. Parfait continues to grow more translucent, even as my hands slide through her arms. I try to reach for her again, but I can no longer touch her. Parfait! I already said my farewells to everyone else earlier. You are the last and most important person I must say my goodbye to. Thank you for putting everything to rest, Jessie. Parfait closes her eyes, her lips still curled in a gentle smile, even as she begins to fade away into pure light. Parfait, no! I reach for her again, but when I pull my hands back, they are covered in golden dust. The gentle dust floats in the air before me, where Parfait was moments ago. Be strong and be kind, Jessie. God, that's depressing. A few days after Parfait's passing, I went back to my training. My goal was to expel everyone's fairy tale curses once and for all. After more than a week of intensive training with Waltz and Delora, I am able to completely dispel the fairy tale curse from the Crystallarium Tenebraeum. Now that the fairy tale curse is non-existent and cannot be cast again in Angiel, this is only one of the first steps I must take in dismantling all the damage Mother has done, but it is a step forward. And now with that done, I feel it's time to return to the palace. As the only blood heir to the throne, I have a responsibility to uphold and a promise to fulfill. Ophelia, Rod, and Emmeline returned to the palace a couple days ago. Jurian and Garland went with them so that they could act as security. Fritz has been pardoned and now resumes his duty at the palace, only he's no longer my personal knight. I opted to stay behind so I could spend one last day with everyone at the tavern. Now as I stand here in the tavern, I realize how many friends I have made over the last few months. I never thought I'd be so sad to part from all these people, but now that everything's back to normal, we have no reason to stay at the marching together day in and day out. Anise, are you sure you don't want to try working in the palace again? You would make a wonderful royal chef. Thank you so much for the offer, Princess, but as much as I would love to cook, I think I'd prefer working more with medicine. I would like to train under, Chevalier, so that I can one day become a doctor. I look over at Rumple, Chevalier, as he flashes a smile at me. When his curse was dispelled, he remembered his real name, Chevalier. It had become difficult to get used to. Not only that, but his personality has mellowed somewhat. Take good care of Anise. But of course. And I hope next time we meet, you will not try to flirt with me. Chevalier snorts and crosses his arms, but I see a hint of mischief as he smiles. I'll try my best, so I make no promises. I roll my eyes at him as he responds with an easy laugh. I too am soon laughing along with him. Ah, laughing princess, what a sight for sore eyes. This will definitely take some getting used to. I scowl at him. Seeing you in men's clothing will take some getting used to as well. Well, try your best not to fall from my handsome face. Right. So, what are you planning to do? Karma looks away and rubs the back of his neck. Well, I'll go back to my kingdom and hope that I don't find my name on a gravestone. Either way, I have a lot of explaining to do. Delora, where will you go now? Well, for starters, I plan on talking to all the good witches I know who are still in hiding. I'm sure they'll be happy to know that they can finally come back to Angiel. They'll be even happier to know that we have a capable bearer. My heart sinks as I remember Parfait. If she were still here, she would be talking about how we both needed to do our best to maintain the balance between the crystals. What if I fail at being a capable bearer? Impossible, even with Waltz there by your side. Or especially with Waltz there by your side. Oh, but speaking of which, where's Waltz? All of us glanced around at the circle. He left so quietly none of us even realized. I'll go look for him. I moved first to the forest, feeling that he might be in there seeking some sort of quiet solace. Sure enough, I find him staring up at the sky with his eyes full of melancholy. Waltz? Oh, hi there, little star. Are we leaving now? We'll be leaving soon. You suddenly disappeared, so I came to look for you. Waltz's lips tug into a smile tinged with sadness. Sorry, I just thought the sky was so clear today I had to come out and marvel at it. That is not a very convincing lie. Waltz looks up again, his smile slipping. Waltz, are you alright? Really alright? I'm a little sad. Sad? Hildur killed my family when I was still young. I've been yearning to be a part of a family ever since then. When we became friends so long ago, you're the closest thing to family that I had. When we were pulled apart, I met Lady Parfait and was accepted at the Marchant. Now that it's time to leave everyone, I realize how sad I am. I've lived here ever since I was cursed. Everyone in the Marchant has become my family. I move to stand beside him, then reach out to take his hands. His fingers weave their way through mine. I owe Lady Parfait so much. She gave me a family and reunited us. I owe her a lot too. Waltz turns towards me and smiles. Sorry if I worried you. Shall we go back to the palace now? The palace? Not before you say your own goodbyes. I was planning on it. I just Had to come compose myself out here first. Compose? It's hard to imagine Waltz in tears. Well then, we will say our goodbyes and then you can open one of your portals. How about we walk to the palace? I shrink back at his suggestion. You know how much the townspeople despise me. I know it's important that I build a relationship with them before I become their new queen, but I do not think I'm ready for that yet. Walt's smile is reassuring. Oh, but I have something important to show you in town. Something important. You'll see when we get there. But Waltz brings my hands to his lips and kisses my knuckles. I'll be by your side, little star, so there is nothing to fear. I stare at Waltz for a few moments before finally nodding my head. Okay. We return to the Marchen temporarily to say our final farewells. After that, Waltz and I walk into town in silence, and I'm in awe as we enter the plaza. I notice immediately that something is different. There are lily decorations hanging around the square and through the streets. I wonder why all these lilies are here. The people in the immediate vicinity turn to look at me, their conversation going silent as they notice me. It is as I thought, of course they still fear me. Big sister! I turn in at the sound of the voice and notice one of the little girls that I was playing with once before running towards us. She almost makes it towards us before a woman I assume to be her mother pulls her back. I'm surprised when the mother hands her daughter a bouquet of lilies and whispers something to her before releasing her. The little girl nods before running up to me. I bend down so that we are eye level, and I am shocked when she suddenly throws her arms around my neck. Thank you, big sister. The girl pulls back and hands me the bouquet of lilies. My mama says thank you as well. I stare at her, still baffled, before glancing at her mother. The woman nods to me and then dips into a soft bow. I take the bouquet from the girl and stand up. I can only stare on, still shocked, as more townspeople approach me with their lilies in their hands. Waltz, what's going on? This is what I wanted to show you. Huh? The townspeople have been planning this for days. They asked me to make sure that you passed through town on this day so that they could give you their message. Message? I turn back to the people gathered around me and notice that they are all still holding the flowers with bright smiles on their faces. The silence is gone, replaced by excited chattering and bright laughter. On the count of 3, he starts counting, and by the end of his countdown, the townsfolk throw their flowers into the air. The delicate petals flutter down on Waltz and I, showering us in a gentle color. Then, all at once, they begin to say the same phrase, their voices mingling together to create the most harmonious and overwhelming greeting I have ever received. Thank you. You risked your life to save all of us, despite how we treated you. We misjudged you, Your Highness. Please forgive us. We knew we had to give you a grand thank you for all you've done for us. So we planned this. So the lily decorations. They're a celebration of you, the soon-to-be queen. I feel tears gathering in my eyes, and I quickly wipe them away with the back of my hands. But there's nothing to apologize for. I was the one at fault. We judged you harshly, and we had no right to. The past doesn't matter anymore. We've all decided to change for the better. From now on, you have our full cooperation. Just as we helped the previous king, so too we shall help you, Your Highness. Everyone, thank you. I will do my best to continue the reign of peace my father started. People's eyes are filled with hope as they hand over their lily bouquets, and my hands are quickly filled, and Waltz ends up having to take the majority of them. We continue towards the palace, the crowd cheering behind us. Aww. Whew. Cool. Oh, we're not done. Jesus. It has been 2 months since I returned to the palace. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. It's a little bit blasting my eardrum. Since then, I've been working non-stop so that I can better familiarize myself with the running of a kingdom. I've been studying day and night, trying to broaden my knowledge of the kingdom. I've had help from so many people, and I've come a long way. Today, I was officially crowned the new Queen of Angiel. My determination has only grown since then. I have been trying to take my responsibility as serious as I possibly can. But for the time being, I have space to breathe. A dinner celebration has been planned for tonight, and I am on my way to my room to prepare. Oh, he looks so cute. Everyone will be there. I can't wait to see them again. Jessie! I turn to see Emmeline running towards me. I notice that Rod is trailing behind her. What's the matter? You seem to be in a hurry. What's the matter? The party is in a few hours and you're still not dressed. This really isn't a dire circumstance. It's been months, but it's still strange to hear Rod's voice actually coming from his own mouth. Please, calm down, Emmeline. Even though Rod has his voice back, he still keeps Sebby with him. The stuffed rabbit sometimes throws in little comments here and there. But it is! This event is very important. It will not take me 2 hours to prepare, Emmeline. But it might. You're the queen now and you must look regal tonight. I raised an eyebrow at her. 2 hours is a little excessive, and I'm not planning to do anything overly special tonight. But don't you want to at least look pretty for Waltz? What are you talking about? Mother and I want to make sure you shine so bright that Waltz won't be able to take his eyes off of you. Emmeline. I won't take no for an answer this time. She turns towards Rod with a mischievous grin. We'll be done soon. I'll see you later, Rod. Without waiting for my reply, Emmeline grabs my hand and pulls me into my room. And with that, I am done. I can't believe it took so long just to put on makeup. I did not think making myself up like this would be enjoyable, but doing this with Ophelia and Emmeline was fun. You look so beautiful, Jessie. You really do look the part of the queen. Isn't this too much? Not at all. You should take pride in doing yourself up like this sometimes. You have a lovely face, Jessie. If you insist. Now that we've helped you, we need to help ourselves. The celebration is just around the corner. We'll see you later, dear. Ophelia, Em, they both stop right in front of the door. Thank you for everything. Of course, this is what families do, Jessie. The two smile at me one last time before they exit the room. I stand up and head for the balcony. The cool air is refreshing on my skin. Father, if you had also been here tonight, tonight would have been perfect. Jessie, come in. I've come to let you know that everyone has arrived early. Waltz comes to an abrupt stop when he sees me. He openly stares at me, mouth slightly open in awe. My face warms up. What? Waltz turns to face away, his face deep red. You look beautiful tonight. Thank you. A gentle smile forms on Waltz's lip as he approaches. He stops in front of me, gently tracing my cheek with one of his fingers. His touch leaves a trail of warmth on my cool skin. My star is shining brighter tonight. Waltz holds out his hand. May I have this dance, my lady? I cannot help but giggle as I place my hand in his. Before the dance even starts, Waltz is suddenly wrapped an arm around my waist. He tilts me downward with a smile. Oh my god! What cute! Look at this! Oh my god, oh, we're stunning! Oh god, ooh, I want that dress in real life. Shoot, that is beautiful. Oh my god. Waltz. Waltz draws closer to me, his lips pulled up in a mischievous smile. I'm lucky to be the first man to see you tonight, but I don't like the idea of other men seeing you as you are. I'm gonna be awfully jealous. I give him a teasing smile. Are you worried that someone will take me away from you? Not really. Should I be? You know my feelings towards you will never change, and you know that I will always love you, no matter what. Two of us are frozen in time. I feel like I could stand here looking into Waltz's eyes like this forever. I love you, Jessie. I love you too, Waltz. Aw, cute. Oh, guys, we did it. Woo. Oh my god. Oh, I can't. This gets a little bit emotional for me because, like, I'm not gonna cry, I promise, but, like, you know, this is the second series on my channel that I've officially finished. The first being Dream Daddy, ironically. And so it's just like, I don't know, to do something like this is just crazy. And I guess I just hope to finish more series, but the other series on my channel, such as like Orange Season and Harvest Moon, there's really no like definitive ending for those games because they can keep going, but games like this, like, they have to end. So it's just like, crazy to me. So thank you guys so much for sticking with me through this entire thing, through the struggles of reading to just like me just losing my voice, all of it. It just means the absolute world to me that you guys have been here for all of it. And I know this episode has been super long, and you guys probably watched it in parts because I had to record it in parts. But wow, I can't believe we did it. Oh my god. Jeez. Oh, this is so cute too. There is music, but for some reason it's like, there we go. I was gonna say it's like deathly quiet. What an amazing game as well. Oh my god, that storytelling. And it was free. This is a free game. How crazy. Wow, I just... Miss Cake with a heart. I like that. That's cute. Thank you for playing Cinderella Phenomenon. And thank you guys for watching. Aww. I want to see the, Waltz's, like, panel, I guess. Ooh, okay. So this is what happens, I guess, when you complete all of them. She was known as the Ice Princess, named for her frigid heart and unyielding coldness towards others. The princess shunned all those who sought her help. She was scared to go out into the world, so she locked herself away in the palace. Then one day, the Ice Princess became a victim of the infamous fairy tale curse. Oh, Jesus, I can't read this fast enough. You guys got this. She met a very special man. The two endured much strife. Yeah. In the end, they emerged victorious. Special man thawed the princess's ice-cold heart and dried her dampened spirits. The two vowed to love each other for the rest of time. They lived happily ever after. Aww. Cute. But what happens after happily ever after? Is there a sequel to this game? Are you ready to go, Jessie? I'm coming. Sorry to keep you waiting. Oh, we look cute. Now, shall we go? Dang. Okay. Cool little bonus thing for if you've completed all the routes, it looks like. That's nice. I'm kind of glad I did that now. At first I was like, I don't know if I should do that. Now I'm really glad I did. I guess to give my quick review for this route, it's definitely the best ending, I think, out of all of them. It seems like the most happiest. The saddest is Fritz's. Fritz's should never have happened. But yeah, I guess that's a really brief review. So, jeez. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I guess I will talk to you in my other series. Till then, see you guys.